CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Everybody, and welcome to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. We've got Manchester Valley visiting Liberty in a Carroll County girls lacrosse clash. I'm Pat Stoetzer, and joining me tonight is Recruit Her LLC founder and owner and former high school and college lacrosse standout Jess Onheiser. We tried to do this last year, Jess, and we got that. Really appreciate you joining us for the Game of the Week broadcast tonight.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. We look forward to having a good one here tonight. Man Valley is unbeaten overall in the county, and Liberty still vying to try to win a piece of the Carroll County championship. Jess, some quick thoughts so far about what we think we're going to see tonight in this matchup.
I think it's going to be a battle. I think each team complements the other. They both have strong offenses. I think Liberty has got to have a plan to slow down Manchester's powerful midfield.
Yeah.
So if they can have an organized defensive strategy, I don't know that you can stop Emma Penchek, but if they can make some others really step up, then they'll be able to finish on their end on attack.
We're going to find out if they can stop her tonight for sure. We have some more pregame coverage coming up for you, but first a quick pause to hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. The Game of the Week broadcast is coming right back.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Game of the Week. Pat Stoetzer and Jess Onheiser ready to watch Manchester Valley and Liberty in a Carroll County Athletic League girls lacrosse showdown. Let's intro this matchup right now. Manchester Valley 13-0 overall, 5-0 in Carroll County, and the Mavericks have won 32 games in a row after going 19-0 last year and winning the Class 2A state championship. Liberty is 9-4 overall and 4-1 in county play. If the Lions win this game tonight, it creates a three-way tie for the Carroll County crown. Century beat Liberty earlier in the year, and Man Valley beat Century, so the top three teams would all be 5-1, and they'd all have wins over each other, so it would create the three-way tie. We had a chance to speak to both coaches ahead of tonight's matchup. And first up is Man Valley coach Shelly Brzezicki, who talked to our Joshua Davis earlier this week about this matchup tonight.
Coach, the team has faced every challenge that they've had thrown at them so far this season fairly well. What has impressed you most about your girls so far this season?
Just our ability to be a unit and to play together to overcome whatever obstacles thrown at them together as a unit.
It's a tough game coming up against Liberty. What does the team need to do well to win on Thursday?
Just remain poised, remain controlled, play our game, focus on us and what we need to do, and understand they're a good team and they're disciplined, and we're going to have to make every possession count.
You beat Liberty in a tournament earlier this season, but not in a regular season game. Will the team use what they did in that game on Thursday, or are you approaching this as a completely different game?
I mean, I think we're a little bit of a different team at this point. You know, that was really early on in the season. So there are things that we learned from that game that we'll definitely, use as we head into Thursday. But I think, we have changed some things, adapted some things, and so I think we'll focus on that.
Is the team looking ahead to another possible state championship victory, or are you telling them to focus on the day-by-day?
We're definitely a day-by-day. So today we're focusing on our game on Tuesday, and then we'll move from there to focus on other games. So yeah, definitely not thinking that far ahead yet.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Now next up is Liberty coach Tom Brandell, who talked with me earlier this week about how they're going to try to take down the winning streak of Manchester Valley. Let's take a listen. Coach, you guys played Man Valley back in late March in the tournament, and it came right down to the final seconds. Do you want the girls to lean on that game, or do you want them to look at this as, hey, fresh start, let's go out there and do what we need to do to get a win?
I think the last game gave us some confidence going into this game, but, every game starts out 0-0. So, we know that we need to come out and play our best lacrosse to have a shot against Man Valley.
You've played a challenging schedule this year. You just played Gristell earlier this week. I know we had the St. Ignatius from California, and, of course, Man Valley twice, as it turns out. How much does that battle test these girls, knowing that what lies ahead is the real prize? You guys have won 3 in a row, but you obviously got to get there first. But I would think the schedule really pays dividends in the end.
Yeah, that's our hope. I think it helps not only this year, but future teams. So we have freshmen out there and sophomores and stuff getting some really good competitive playing time throughout the course of the season. So, we're excited here and hope that we can play our best lacrosse like everyone else does at the end of the season.
I know it was a month ago, but you guys know each other pretty well. You know Man Valley is a good program, as are you guys. What does it take to beat a team like Man Valley, to get out there on the field and go toe-to-toe with them?
I don't know what it takes. They've won 31 in a row. So we're trying to figure that out. Shelley does a great job over there. They have the best player, I think, in the state over there. So we're just going to give it our best shot and see what happens.
Thanks to both coaches for giving us some of their time this week. And now, Jess, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the team stats ahead of this matchup between Manchester Valley and Liberty. And you can see the records right there. We talked about them. How about the goals per game for Man Valley? 15.4 with only 4.3 allowed. That's a dominant start to the season. Yeah. Liberty not that far behind, though. 12.2 goals per game and 7.5 allowed. They just lost to Gristell the other day in overtime, 9-8. Now we have some players to watch in tonight's game. And first up from Manchester Valley, it's Emma Penchek and Taylor Feek. You see Penchek there with the 80 points and the 64 goals. Both of those lead the Carroll County Athletic League. And Taylor Feek, a freshman with 67 points this year, 49 goals. A pretty impressive start to her high school career. And for Liberty, we have Annika Ray and Sydney Bolger, two of the Lions' senior leaders. Ray, 44 goals, 67 points. Now, Bolger, a defender, so her stats are going to not be quite comparable, but the 13 ground balls, the 3 draw controls, and she pitched in on offense early this year as well. Jess, how important is it for both of these teams? We're going to see how this goes here in the next few minutes. We're going to see the starting lineups here in a second. But I can talk to you as we're going here. Just, the nerves. I talked a lot about just how you want to start. How do you want to start a team, a game like this? Here you see the lineup for Man Valley, and we can talk more about this as it goes along. I'll get back to you in a second, but you got, obviously, like you said, Penchek in the middle, Feek in the middle, and Bittinger, Burmeister. It gives Man Valley a couple more weapons on offense, and their defense, obviously, is very talented with McCrory, Trump, Bear, and Peyton Youngkins. Now we'll switch over to Liberty and see their starters for tonight's game. There we go, and there's their defenders. Goalie Emily Pond there at the bottom, and on attack, Maddie Smith, Annika Ray, Sophia Carpenetti, Emily Spompanato, and the midfield of Goff, Marsicano, and Jordan Ott. A couple of talented teams. So anyway, yeah, like I was saying a second ago, just is it just me saying that all the time? Is that just cliche, or are there nerves you have to kind of get through in the first few minutes of the game?
I think there absolutely are. I know, speaking with Manchester, they want to have a clean first quarter and not get frazzled and play their game. Right. And then for Liberty, they're technically the underdogs.
Yeah.
So they should have that edge. Manchester has the pressure. They're
the underdogs. I agree with you, but they're also 3-time Class 1A defending state champs. So there's a resume there that's impressive.
Absolutely.
Funny that answer that at the end there, I asked Coach Brandell about, what's it take to beat these guys? He says, I don't know. We've never beaten them before. And I kind of had to stifle my laughter, but he's right. I mean, it's very impressive. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Carroll County Athletic League standings going into this game. And we talked already about these two talented teams. You got Man Valley on top, unbeaten. 32-game winning streak, haven't lost since before the 2023 season. Century has 10 wins on the season so far and are 5-1 in the county. There they are, and there's Liberty. So again, the scenario is Man Valley wins, they win the county outright. If Liberty wins, those top teams are all 5-1, and because they've all beaten each other, we create a 3-way tie. It's Carroll County girls lacrosse. It doesn't get much better. I mean, there's always competitive games in and out, and you know about it. You played in this county. You're coaching kids in this county now. We got a minute or two here before we get started. How has it been making the transition from high school and college player and stand out in both to then coaching the little ones and helping grow the game? Because you and I have talked about that through the years.
Oh, I love it. It's just a continuation of feeling like you're playing and participating, and then watching them master skills and execute and compete. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
And we can talk more about this too, but talk to me about Recruit Her. You and I have talked about that too. Where'd that come from in your mind? I mean, you're the owner and the founder. It was just something you wanted to do to kind of keep Carroll County lacrosse going?
It just sort of evolved out of balancing college coaching and raising a family, but not wanting to leave it altogether. So I'm still having the ability to train athletes and then help them with the recruiting process is something I'm passionate about.
And is it more of a one-on-one thing with small groups of kids, or is it good? Has it expanded now in the last couple of years?
It's definitely expanded. I work with teams, individuals, and groups. It just depends on who needs what and what type of services.
What does Manchester Valley need to do, you think, to keep this win streak going against a talented Liberty team?
I think they just need to play their game consistently. If they can dominate the draw controls and keep their fast-paced transition game, I think they'll continue to find success. Their defense is very, cohesive unit.
Yeah.
When I asked Coach B who the standouts are, she said all four.
I knew she would.
So,
yeah. And then how about Liberty? You mentioned it, and again, you're right. I think they know they're the underdog in this game. What do they have to do, whether it be in the first quarter and obviously all throughout, to get a victory here at home and end their winning streak?
Liberty, I think their strength lies in their offense, and so they have a couple of powerful offensive players down there. So if they can win the draw, then they're going to have some go-ahead plays, but they need to have a defensive stance today like no other.
You had a couple taking some notes. You told me you were going to take lots of notes for this game, and I appreciate that. You had some players to watch and some stuff to tell you about some of those girls. I mean, with Annika Ray and the impact that she's had for Liberty. You can start there if you want. Just talk about them.
Yes. So with Annika Ray, she is a double threat. She can feed, she can drive, she can cut. She's a big part of their draw controls. Like, she's huge in the midfield with ground balls. So I think she's just an all-round player for them. She also has natural leadership and is extremely positive with her teammates.
She comes from a lacrosse family as well. Her older sister playing in Division I lacrosse too. And then Sydney Bolger. The defenders sometimes don't get the love that they probably deserve. And I wanted to spotlight one of their top defenders. What do you see from her?
So Sydney is a 4-year starter. She has a lot of experience. She's their vocal leader, strong 1v1 defender, but also sees the whole picture. And I think, she's preparing to go on to that Division I level. Right. So she has what it takes to make a big impact every time she's on the field.
Committed to play for D1 Akron, I believe. And
yes.
then obviously Annika Ray headed to UMBC. Her sister, her older sister, Alana, at Loyola. Yeah.
Yes.
And then over at Man Valley, we saw Emma Penchik and Taylor Feek. We've been impressed by Feek. These two teams played each other in a tournament game that doesn't count in the standings. Earlier in the season, Man Valley won 10-9. Feek had the game-winning goal in the last seconds of regulation to win the game. And then, of course, Emma Penchik. She's a Clemson commit. You can't say enough great things about the kind of player she is.
No, I'll start with Feek. I think she embraces that she's not a freshman. She's a varsity player and doesn't have that mentality. So she plays like a veteran, and her stats prove it, and her aggressiveness and her style of play.
Right. And how about Penchik? I mean, just she'll take on double and triple teams sometimes. It barely seems like it matters.
She's extremely impressive. It's almost like she's already there at that next collegiate level, and that's how she plays. It's very hard to stop her, and you really have to work hard as a unit. But they have other talented players who will step right up. So I think Emma embraces those challenges, the double team, the face guard, and she almost invites it.
She does. No doubt, she takes it on. We had their century game for our game of the week a few weeks ago. A great game, low scoring, came right down to the last seconds again. She scores the go-ahead goal and then makes the interception on defense after Liberty wins. Century wins the draw. I mean, she does it all for them. And like you mentioned a minute ago, you're right. There's other girls that do a lot of good things on Man Valley. You have to be pretty talented if you've won 32 games in a row and a state title like Man Valley did last year. You mentioned the other weapons. I mean, Addison Meyer, Natalie Burmeister, Haley Bittinger. The list goes on. For Man Valley. Pretty impressive, balanced team, and a young team, only a handful of seniors.
Absolutely. I think Coach B is starting 4 freshmen, and I think Burmeister, being a senior and having so much experience and talent, she helps balance their offense and keeps them composed and on track. But at the same time, having Addison Meyer in the midfield, I believe as a sophomore, she's contributing on both ends.
Yeah, no doubt. You're right about the youth movement. We talked about that in our game against Century. Both of those teams had tons of sophomores and freshmen on the field field, not just on the roster, on the field, contributing. So we're looking forward to this one. We're going to go ahead and pause now for the national anthem, and we'll come right back with the opening draw. Don't go away.
Ensuring that the players can play, the coaches coach, and the referees officiate the contest. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Tried to do a game like this last year together, and Mother Nature didn't cooperate, and I knew if we had another chance to do it, I was going to reach out to you, and I'm glad you accepted. And,
Thank you.
And I think you're more prepared about this than I am with your notes and your talks. I mean, I just told you to go ahead and talk about a couple players, and you gave me more than enough. That's great, and I know that this game means a lot to you. You played it in high school, you played it in college, you played it at a high level, and now you're giving back as a young. You're a Carroll County product. What does it mean to you to see such high-level lacrosse at the varsity level still going on, 20 years after you left? I'm not trying to make you feel old.
Oh,
but,
that's okay.
But, yeah, just what it's got to make you feel good.
Oh, it's so exciting to see some of these Carroll County teams ranked top in the state, also considered in the country, and just the success that so many Carroll County teams have had, and the product these girls going on and playing at the collegiate at all divisions is just amazing.
You're one of them. You're a Carroll County product that went on to a Division I college success, and it's almost like an elite club. The Katie Schwarzmans, the Lizzie Colsons, the Becky Groves, who was Trumbo back then.
Right.
Yourself. And everyone sort of knows, that they're from Carroll County. And it's like Carroll County, this little county in the middle of a little state on the East Coast, is one of the most well-known in the whole country. That's a pretty cool thing to be a part of.
It's extremely impressive. Yes, and I just credit the coaches that we have here, and the girls, pursuing club opportunities, training, their hard work. I mean, that's how they've reached this level of success.
Courtney Vaughn, Rose Pence, the list goes on and on.
Oh, my
Deneen
goodness.
Kuntz. I mean, they coached for a long, long time. Suzanne Peters at Westminster, and on the list goes. And we're about to get underway. The opening draw goes to Liberty, and Ray will win it. So Liberty gets to go on offense first, and here's Maddie Smith, number 5, trying to take it around the net. So what do you look for here early if you're Liberty, Jess?
They need to be patient. They run several different motion sets, so they just need to work through and find their options.
Going against, like you said, a very talented Manchester Valley defense.
Yes. So I think they need to take advantage of any mistakes that are made, but at the same time, they want really good looks that are going to lead to scoring opportunities and not force things.
It's warm, but it's a nice night for lacrosse. It's a pretty big crowd here on this side of the stadium in the Lions' Den. Man Valley unbeaten. Liberty just one loss in the county. This is Ray coming around. Shot goes a little wide. Liberty backs it up. So first shot, a little off the mark, but the Lions have it. I would think too, Jess, just to try to test the defense early if you're Liberty. You possess the first quote-unquote offensive, drive. Let's try to get a couple shots on goal.
Absolutely. Make a statement, get up early, try and hold that.
This is up top again to Goff, Courtney Goff, junior midfielder. One of those weapons that we talked about before the game. Liberty has their share too. Sophia Carpinetti, Maddie Smith, Courtney Goff, along with Ray and others. There's a nice pass, and Smith scores. Maddie Smith, first goal of the game, give the assist to Annika Ray.
That was a great look inside and just fantastic see and placement.
With 10:20 to go in the first quarter.
And a good start if you're Liberty.
Number 5, Maddie Smith. Assist by number 7, Annika Ray.
So Liberty on the board first, early here in the first quarter. And Haley Bittinger from Man Valley will go back into the draw with Courtney Goff. And it can't be stated enough how important those draws are, especially in this game. Those who win them usually win the game, as you know.
Absolutely.
And again, Liberty's going to win this one. That's 2 for 2. And Ray beats the double team. Penchik stumbles on defense. Oh, and a little bit of an errant pass. And that's the first miscue of the game there. And here comes Manchester Valley. It's Sophie Baird, number 3, one of those talented defenders. There you see the Lions, the last 3 Class 1A state championships. Pretty cool that this group of seniors has a chance, and we'll find out in a few weeks' time, to win 4 state titles in their high school career. That's something else.
It's extremely impressive.
That's Sydney Bolger playing some defense, and now Emma Penchik, top of the offensive zone. Number 10 for Man Valley, talented junior. Right there, she finds Taylor Feek, I believe, and the freshman puts it home.
She makes it look too easy.
She did find a good spot there.
On that quick opening. Now on the draw controls, if you watch the setup, it almost appears as if Man Valley, their players play off the circle.
Mm-hmm.
With 9:23
And
checking the replay here, yeah.
Manchester Valley goal.
Yeah, go ahead. You were saying
Very
about the draws?
nice.
Yeah.
And they want their opponent to defend them because their players step off the circle. But Ray has capitalized on those last 2 draw controls.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
I think that strategy may have to change.
And you'll see them run up to the circle, too, from
Yep.
the line to sort of get that advantage, right, to see if they can get in there for their teammate. What they're doing right there. You can't go in the circle until the ball's in the air, correct?
Correct.
This draw didn't go very high and bounced. And, yes, they're going to call that one. I think that's Man Valley's draw.
Yep.
Manchester Valley, 32-game win streak on the line here tonight. Penchik with a long drive
Great
shot,
save.
saved by Emily Pond. So, and she's dangerous from back there. Penchik will take those shots from almost the restraining, not the restraining line, but just inside just outside the 12 meters. She's lethal. But good job by Liberty on defense.
Now they need to take care of the ball.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that goes without saying, right? You want to limit the mistakes as much as you can in any game, but especially in a game like this. So the Lions are back on offense. That's Ray and Smith playing catch, and now back up top to Sophia Carpinetti. Perimeter passing here. This is the patience that you probably were talking about a minute ago.
Absolutely. Take your time. Set it up. Don't rush.
Against these high caliber opponents, every possession can be critical.
Well, and Manchester Valley has had a couple 1-goal games.
Yes.
So they're prepared, but it also means some teams are able to stick with them.
Sure. One of them was Liberty that,
Absolutely.
again, in their 4 causes, 4 champions tournament, it was a tie game with seconds left, and Taylor Feek scored the game-winning goal. Man Valley got the 10-9 win. And then, of course, they beat Century 6-5. We had that game for you as a game of the week a few weeks back at Manchester. Liberty keeps the ball here on this possession. 7.5 left in the opening quarter.
Manchester looks like they're in a man-to-man, which I know Coach B prefers. So they're just kind of sitting in tight.
And they'll do that until they have to do something different, right?
Yep.
Here comes Smith trying to find some room. Nice defense there, and back to Ray. So Man Valley's defense, as advertised. Liberty talented as well back there. I think we're in for a good one here tonight in Eldersburg. Glad you're joining us on our YouTube and Facebook and website, phones, anywhere you can get us on our social media channels. CMSportsNet Game of the Week with the regular season almost over. That's hard to believe. Here's Ray, and Ray will shoot and score. Took it herself that time, Annika Ray. And the senior makes it 2-1 Lions.
You want to keep the ball in her hands.
Did a nice job here. Jess is kind of curling around and finding some room. It's just hard to make that slide when you're a defender. And up top for the goal. You mentioned the freshmen. I mean, one of them, Josie Collender, in goal for Manchester Valley. Had a good season so far, only as a 9th grader. That's a tough spot to be in, a varsity goalie in Carroll County as a freshman. She's done a good job.
She's doing a great job. She has a high save percentage, and she steps up for them in big games. And I just think embraces that upperclassman mentality.
It's good to see. I'm sure if you're a coach and you have a 9th grader who could be 14 or 15 years old playing against some older kids. Oh, nice job by Penchik on that draw. Weaving through the defense and finds Bittinger. And Man Valley will run some offense here. 2-1 Liberty. 6.5 left in the quarter. And they will set up behind the net. There's Bolger again for Liberty, guarding Emmeline Scott, another freshman, number 23 for, let's see, yep, offside. Coach Brzezinski swings his stick on the sideline in some frustration, and here comes Liberty. And it's Maddie Smith. Good start for the Lions.
Liberty just needs to keep this pace, keep finding the openings, patient.
This is what's working for them right now, right? No doubt about it. No one's going to rush a shot. At least that's the plan. No one's going to.
They're not forcing things.
Right, that's it. No one's going to force anything. Tom Brandell encouraging them from the sideline over there.
And I think just take advantage of they're not being pressured out right now. So just enjoy that possession.
Yeah. And it's early. It's early in the game if you're Man Valley, right? You're saying we're not going to change what we want to do here early on until we have to. Yeah. So you're right. This man defense.
They're putting a little bit more pressure on Ray behind, but it's still not all out.
Ray dodging. Good D there. I think that's Maya Trump over there, number 20, who was on guarding Ray. It's a tough assignment. She's doing a good job there on the left. Our goalie's right, our left side from where we're sitting in the press box. But the Lions keep it, and 4.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Right, and having those two back there, Maddie's a natural lefty, Ray's a natural righty. They can use either hand, but they work well off of each other.
And Ray loses it momentarily. Sophie Bear, though, going to get called for a little bit of contact. Another talent. Like you mentioned, Coach Brzezinski saying that all of them, when you asked about their defenders, and she's pretty close to being right. There's a shot, saved Colliner, I believe. Bounced off the stick. All the way out to Penchikin. Here we go. One of the faster girls in the area. Courtney Goff close behind her, though. And Penchik will feed Bittinger and that shooting space. Okay. That's why I got you here. I'm just going to assume everything was shooting space. This will be a free position here for Haley Bittinger, number 2. She's going to pass it out.
It was smart. It's a tough angle.
That was a tough angle. And whereas Liberty wants the ball in Ray's stick, there's a shot from Madison Meyer that goes far. You want the ball in number 10 stick if you're Man Valley, whenever you can.
Well, and I think Emma's ready for that early slide double, so she is going to have her heads up and find the openings.
There's Addison Meyer.
Shooting space again.
It's a good job, that movement there from Addison Meyer, like you mentioned, sophomore attacker.
Looks like she's going to pass this off, but I can't see what she does. No.
Had the idea, and good job, Courtney Goff on defense for Liberty. That was another tough angle for Meyer, and I think she was aiming to pass, and maybe decided she
and then
had
changed
to
her mind.
change her mind, tried to dodge, and Liberty up for the challenge.
Now, Liberty worked on beating their ride. I know they had a hard time with that in their first meeting.
Okay.
And it looks like they're doing a nice job finding the openings and getting the ball down the field.
Maddie Smith helped that transition down the field, and once again, Liberty can set up shop. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Liberty 2, Manchester Valley 1. This is Carpenetti on her team's side of the field. And now Maddie Smith coming in from the right. Good pass. In. Goff bounces it.
That was
Finds the net.
excellent rollback on Goff's behalf and shot placement.
With 1:28 to go in the first quarter, Liberty goal by number 2, Courtney Goff. Assist by number 5, Maddie Smith.
Give Smith the assist. Give Goff her first goal. And Liberty's found the holes so far in Man Valley's defense.
They're shooting with pressure on and placing their shots. You can't ask for a better first quarter for them. I think they're executing their game plan with patience as well.
Three to 1. Minute 28 remaining in the opening quarter. And Ray, ball bounced right past her, and Penchik will grab it for the draw control. She finds Feek. Taylor Feek now will try to bring it over, and the Mavericks on the move. A little bit of a bounce pass there to Meyer, and let's see, yeah, Bittinger gobbles it up. So ground ball for the taking there.
They just need to get settled. Work it around, run through their sets.
Penchik down low, finds Carolyn Lowe, and a goal for Man Valley.
She's really taking advantage. They're early sliding to her, and she's ready for it, and she's just looking to feed.
Number 9, Carolyn Lowe with that goal. Penchik with the assist. Nice, that was good vision there by Penchik.
With 48 seconds to go in the first quarter, Mavericks goal by number 9, Carolyn Lowe. Assist by number 10, Emma Penchik.
She's going to draw that attention, right? Any team's defense is going to come out and need to work on getting in front of a player like Emma, and then she has a chance to find some of her teammates. It can be game over.
And she's so prepared for that. I think Liberty will have to make some adjustments, or she's going to continue to just distribute, hand out those assists.
Which I'm sure Coach Buzicki and Emma herself and all the Mavericks have no problem with. But another win, let's see. Yep, another win by Liberty. This time it's Jordan Ott, number 13. And the Lions have a chance in the final 35 seconds to make something happen on offense. And let's see if Smith can get by. That's a tough pass, but gobbled up by Carpenetti. And she'll carry it in. 20 seconds. Finds Ray.
Ray draws the 8-meter.
She has to hurry. Clock is running. 10 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good gamesmanship there. Penchik tried to make the clock go in so they would blow the whistle, but now they're going to stop the clock, I think, and give her the chance. Could be a delay of game.
It looked like it to me.
Let's see. They're gonna talk it over. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And maybe a timeout's been called. I think they said 5 seconds. We'll see. Oh, just 2. Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
It's going to be tough.
Yep. Yeah, of course, in girls' lac, the clock is moving in the first and third quarters there at the end. So Maybe it's all 4, right? Is there a stop within 2 minutes of the second and fourth? I don't remember. Did it used to stop at the 2 minutes in the halves? I can't remember.
It used to.
Yeah. Things have changed since since you were playing the game.
The rules change every year.
It feels like they do. I'll be the first to admit, I came out and watched the first game of the year. I can't remember who it was, and the clock's running. I'm thinking, this isn't right. This got to be 25-minute half. No, dummy. They don't play halves anymore. They play quarters.
Right.
So I learned that one the hard way. But no matter what happens here, your thoughts here on early on in the first quarter. Pretty impressed with how Liberty's implemented its game plan.
Liberty's doing a great job. I think that they're being patient, finding their shots. They're handling pressure. Manchester's on them. It's not like they're in there unmarked. So they're taking advantage of all of their opportunities.
And then Man Valley, again, they down 3-1, and you saw how quickly they can come down the field and score. And like you said, they're going to have sticks and eyes on Emma Penchek, and it's going to be maybe up to her to see if she can distribute as much as she can. And so far, she's got 2 assists on 2 of their goals. So.
Yes, and they have plenty of threats on offense in addition to Emma. So I think they will continue to find the net as well.
So we're going to come back out for this free position. I think there'll be 2 seconds left. I think that's a card for delay of game. Green card instead of yellow? And that just means what, Because I don't.
It's a warning.
A warning, okay. Yep. So it's not officially a yellow.
She doesn't have to come off the field.
Yeah, but she's been warned. Well, you can score quick here.
We'll see how quick she can get this release off.
Exactly. And it's Ray, and she'll go when the whistle blows. I think she beat the clock. So Annika Ray. Give her a second goal right at the end of the first quarter.
That was a big goal for them.
That was a big goal, absolutely. So Ray scores on the free position. Here it is with 2 seconds to go. A little replay. You got to shoot quick.
She has excellent form between the shoulders, great placements, hard for goalkeepers to stop those deeper bounce shots.
Yes, I was going to say the bounce shot is the one. And end of the first quarter, we're going to take a look at a couple of the first quarter highlights so far. And Jess just mentioned that she's been pretty impressed with how Liberty has kind of stuck to their game plan. Their patience, right? Their patience was the key, I thought, in the first quarter. Man Valley got back in it, though. Goal right here. Penchik found Carolyn Lowe there. Oh, that was Feek. Excuse me. That was their first goal. Yep. And then we're going to see the Mavericks running down on offense here again. There's Penchik. Took that shot. Saved, though, by Emily Pond. A pretty good save early on to sort of settle her nerves as Liberty's goalie. And then Annika Ray been making things happen here for Liberty. That's a big deal when your go-to player can already have a couple goals on the board. 2 goals and 1 assist unofficially here.
She's made big contributions in the first quarter on the draw controls as well.
That's true, yeah.
She's just going to have that momentum going into the next quarter and hopefully the rest of the game for them.
Yep, and that was Penchik finding Carolyn Lowe, another freshman. So both goals by, Lowe, a sophomore. So a sophomore and a freshman. That was the last goal there. So Ray, the clock stopped with 2 seconds left, and they had a chance for that free position, and she made them pay. So 4-2, as you see the Lions huddling up here to start the second quarter. 10-minute quarters here in girls lacrosse. So 10 minutes in the books. Liberty 4, Manchester Valley 2. And there's assistant coach Jim Miller talking to the Man Valley side. I wouldn't think we'd see anything different, Jess, in terms of the defensive schemes and things like that here in the second quarter. I mean, you would know more than I would, but just I feel like they were both getting the job done for the most part.
Yes, I think if they stay in their man-to-man, they might want to put a little bit more pressure on Ray and send that early slide.
Right.
At least adjustments on that part. But Liberty on the other side really needs to stay tight on those lower players and not have all of their attention drawn when Emma touches the ball.
Sure.
Because she's going to find those openings.
And you mentioned the draws. You're right. Liberty's done a really good job here so far through the first quarter. So here we go. Second quarter about to begin. I think Liberty got in there early. Yep, yeah, they did. I think Ray just kind of crossed the circle. So Man Valley has the opening draw to start quarter number 2. And the Mavericks 2 goals down to start this second quarter. Liberty into the sun here as we switch sides. That's always tough, too. And that was a tough pass. And Feet gobbles it up. Liberty's crowned the field over there, sort of slopes down away from us on that, as you know well, you played on this field. Let's see, who backed that up? Oh, Man Valley backed it up. Well, that was pretty close. Shot bounced over the goal, and then, of course, it's a race to see who can get there first. But the Mavericks retain it. Back to Penchek after Carroll and Lowe had it. And what do we got here?
3 seconds. So the defenders are sliding early, but they've got to get out of that 8-meter.
Okay.
If they're not marking a player within 3 seconds.
Learn something new all the time.
There's so many rules.
You're gaining points. You're letting people know stuff that they would have no. If you hear it from me, you're not going to hear that. So that's why. Analyst save right there. Here's Penchek. Oh, and someone's open. And it's
that low crease
Emily
area.
Scott.
So Liberty's got to shut that off.
Number 23, the freshman.
Go in the second quarter. Mavericks goal by number 23, Emmeline Scott. Assist by number 10, Emma Pinchuk.
So goals from a sophomore, a freshman, and a freshman so far for Man Valley, and 3 assists for junior Emma Penchek.
The future is bright.
Yeah, I believe it is. There's Emmeline Scott for you with her first point after that goal. Midfielder for Manchester Valley. And it's 4-3 early in the second quarter. Liberty still on top, but the margin has been cut to 1. The value, Jess, of just having those young girls on your roster, and again, not just on the roster, but being dependable, it's got to be just a huge asset for a team, even teams as good as Manchester Valley.
And they're just going to keep getting better.
Exactly.
So with every game they play, contributions they make, their confidence in their skill. So imagine them as a senior class.
I can't imagine. I mean, it's got to make you got to be all smiles. And of course, you're going to have some bumps along the way, of course, with any of the young kids. But how they learn from those mistakes is the key. And then Man Valley has a turnover here seconds ago, so Liberty will now try to clear it, transition it. Ooh, that's a high pass. So back-to-back turnovers.
They want to make the easy pass.
Yeah.
Manchester's known for their ride. They're very aggressive. It's a zone ride. They shift and pressure. They did well with it in the first quarter. They've got to stay patient.
Yeah. Sometimes you get caught up in that, I want to make a big play for my team, and you get a little exert yourself there, and you can't have those turnovers. And here's into the zone come the Mavs. Addison Meyer had a lot of room there, but she'll hold up and pass it over to her teammate, Penchek. Liberty wants to clog these lanes, like you said. That was Feek. Couldn't find any room. Back to Penchek.
They're doing a nice job with the early slide.
Feek off the post. That was a rip. Let's see. Was there a whistle? Yes.
Shooting space again.
That was a big shot from the freshman, Taylor Feek.
She's so dominant.
And it'll be a free position, I believe.
She looks like she's going to take this one.
Yeah, she has the angle, I would think here. Nope, she'll pass it back. Yeah, unless she missed. What do we know? Well, that's the thing, right? You can really fool the defender if you do it well. Ooh, nice defense by Liberty. Give credit there to 13. That was Jordan Ott. Clogging up that lane. Oof, tough pass. Penchik trying to get it to Burmeister. Burmeister gets the ground ball.
She's trying to get them settled and set.
Bittinger couldn't find anywhere to go and back out. So there's some patience here for Man Valley. Penchek.
There's that.
Oh, big save by Pond. That was another great play by Man Valley, and
they're really exploiting that open player on the crease. But Liberty's goalie stepped up and made a huge save.
2 big saves so far for the junior. And Liberty keeps the 4-3 lead. Pretty good possession run by Man Valley, and Liberty defense
they got some shots
tall.
off.
Yeah, stood tall.
Get through this ride.
I was just going to say, like you said, this ride is important, right? This is Courtney Goff. Being doubled and no contact there. Goff will keep it. And the Lions will maintain possession here on offense. Coming up on 7 minutes to go in the second quarter here on our CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Good one so far. Liberty 4, Manchester Valley 3. Lions trying to add to their 1-goal lead here.
They're just taking their time, working the ball around.
It seems like this would be easy to do, quote unquote, but I imagine that there's a lot involved in this patient style because you want to go to the goal, right? That's your tendency.
Everybody has to be on the same page.
Yes.
If you have one player who wants to go and that's not the play call, it messes up the whole rhythm.
I would imagine, and also just to preach the patience, right? That's a big deal.
They're very disciplined. That was
a nice cut and a nice save. Josie Collender.
It's a great save.
It was a good move there by Liberty. Couldn't quite see who took the shot, but Josie Collender makes the save, and here come the Mavericks. Meyer just got that away as Ray was chasing, and now Burmeister will try to get around number 12, Kate Darminio, and she does. Offense slowed a little bit here, thanks in part to the goalkeeping. Anything you see different here, Jess, on Liberty's defense so far in the first 5
I believe
minutes?
they're still playing man with an early slide. Sometimes it appears like their backside is in a zone and their top is playing man. But I think with those early slides, they have to send them with those top side threats.
Right.
And if Pond can keep making those crease saves, then they'll be okay.
Same spot from before. Here's a free position, and this time, Feek finds the net.
She uses her speed, gets off the line quick, and takes it all the way in.
27 to go in the second quarter. Mavericks goal by number 13, Taylor Feek.
So Taylor Feek ties the game. That's tough to stop.
It was well placed.
And with 5:27 to go, that's gives Feek her second goal. 2 goals for Feek, 1 for Lowe, 1 for Scott, and 3 assists so far for Emma Penchik, and we have a 4-4 game.
This is a big draw control.
Still plenty of time to go. 5.5 left in the second quarter. But again, like you want to, each one wants to try to stymie the momentum, right? You want to make sure you don't give the other team that edge if they go on a run, because both these teams can go on runs. We've seen it this year.
I believe this is her second or third in a row.
Might have been. And Man Valley, a stumble there, but a draw control goes Man Valley's way. And here come the Mavericks. Peyton Yunkins, there another. Oh, and she stepped out. Oh, they're going to call her push down. Okay. This is Peyton Yunkins here, 21. One of those freshmen from Man Valley. And the Mavericks will keep it. Ooh, tough pass, intercepted by Pond. Checked away, though. Kept that out of the crease. Good job by Bittinger.
Liberty recovered that one.
Bounce pass. Back out top. Penchik draws a little contact. So slow to get up. And the Mavericks keep it. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. Feek might have had a cutter there by Lowe. And there's intercept or knocked down out of the air by Courtney Goff. Good job by Liberty.
Trying to get the ball to Emma, but Courtney picked it off.
And now here's Ray. We'll see what Ray can do. She gets around one defender, draws a couple more. Ooh, she tried to get it to Maddie Smith and just couldn't quite connect. Oh, nice job by the ground ball from Man Valley. Give Penchik credit on that one. That was a tough pass from behind the net there, I think.
It was, and she had 3 people on her, but she knew somebody was open.
Right.
Just couldn't make it happen.
This is Feek. Trying to get through that Liberty defense. The Mavericks coming to the right side here. Back up top to Penchek, number 10. See her there with the Maverick blue on today in the road uniform. Liberty in their white. Penchik trying to get around Goff. Nice job, Emma Penchik. Boy, that move is tough to defend.
She has a very quick first step, split dodge, and she's able to get through the slide and the second slide.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's no slouch there on defense by Liberty, and Penchik made it look easy.
By number 10, Emma Penchik.
Had Goff on her right there, just kind of ducked under the stick. And like you said, got past that other slide and found the net. Her first goal of the day gives Manchester Valley a 5-4 lead and a little momentum now for the Mavericks. 1 goal and 3 assists so far for Emma.
It's similar offenses. Both groups are very patient. They work the ball, they run their sets, and they're taking their time. It's going to be a battle till the end.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that we're sitting here with a 1-goal game with 2:45 to go before the end of the half.
Liberty needs this draw control. Manchester has won the last couple.
Yes, I was going to say it's been a lot of Manchester Valley, and Ray sort of bowled her way in and might have gotten it. Still up for grabs.
She's fighting for it.
No one's gotten it yet. And that's going to be, I think that's going to go Man Valley's way. Yep. That was a good battle. Definitely a good battle for the draw. But the Mavericks will come up with it. And they can work a little clock here as we get close to the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes remaining, I should say, in the second quarter. Man Valley got around Feek got around Maddie Smith and Courtney Goff, and
looks like Liberty has a face guard right now on Emma Penchek.
I see that. And it looks like it's number 9, Alyssa Gollenbeck, a junior. Oh, just deflected by Pond, I believe.
It's a great step by Emily Pond.
Bittinger had all the space in front of the crease. Ooh, tough pass, trying to get it to Burmeister. Ball on the ground, picked up by the Lions, and it'll be... Let's see, we got a timeout? What do we got? Oh, just a penalty? Okay, or a foul. Lions have it. Goff has it, and she's drawing some contact here, and then she'll keep the ball. Let's see, they call a timeout. Oh, stop the clock.
These cards.
So we got yellow, looking over at Man Valley's side. Green, yellow?
I've never heard of that
okay,
either.
well, it was in his pocket, so it must be a thing. I don't think he made it himself. So, anyway, the Lions have it, and we're under a minute to play in the first half. This is Ray behind the net.
They've still got time.
Oh yeah, plenty of time. 45 seconds. You can make this. You can make this a one-shot possession if you really wanted to, just to keep it out of their sticks.
And that's exactly what they should do.
I think unless they find a wide-open shot, I think you're right. And try to just be patient here, right?
Now he's holding up a flag.
Is that shooting space? And that stops the clock. When the flag's up like that.
I believe it's 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
He's calling on defenders.
Yeah, you're right. He's holding 3 up, I believe. So
yep.
Good job. Yeah, look at you. You know a couple rules here. You played the game a little bit, coached it.
I don't know all the rules.
Nobody does.
Don't quiz me.
I think she started before they told her to. Still their ball. So Liberty had a shot here. 22 seconds down a goal. after that foul stops the clock. $15.
Maddie Smith's looking to feed Ray.
There's Ray, just a little wide. And stays 4 seconds. 3. That's going to be it. So that's the end of the half. They got their one shot just a little bit wide. It was Annika Ray, and we have reached the end of the first half. And a competitive, exciting first half it was at the Lions Den. Manchester Valley 5, Liberty 4. That's our halftime score here at Liberty High School in Eldersburg. Jess, some quick thoughts about the first half. We got plenty to talk about here, and I was impressed with how competitive both teams were. How about you?
I think the first quarter, Liberty took that one and set the tempo and the pace, and then Manchester responded. Man Valley responded, and that second quarter, I believe they dominated. And winning those draw controls gave them possession and time and more control of the game.
I think you're right, and we have reached that halftime, so we'll see what they do, make some adjustments in the second half. Everybody sit tight. We're taking a quick break, but we've got more halftime coverage for you from our CMSportsNet Game of the Week.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
What's the best gift you can give yourself? Pursue your passions. Explore your creativity. Expand your knowledge. Treat your mind and body. Give yourself a better you. With personal enrichment classes at Carroll Community College. Join us at carrollcc.edu/personal enrichment.
Speak on It, Act on It, Incorporated along with the Juneteenth Planning Committee invite you to celebrate Juneteenth in Carroll 2024. The event will be held at Carroll Community College on June 22nd, 2024. The day includes live entertainment, a DJ, activities for children, food trucks, vendors, and so much more. It's all free to the public. Bring your lawn chair, your blanket, your family, and friends. If you're interested in sponsorship, becoming a vendor, or patron advertisement, please visit us at speakonitactonit.org. We are excited about our third annual Juneteenth in Carroll celebration. We can't wait to see you there.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Each week, CMSportsNet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. We're here for the home team. Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. And by Genova's To Go. Locations in Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's Pizza, Pasta, Subs, and more.
Pat Stoetzer, Jess Onheiser from Liberty High School. Your impressions, Jess, we just talked about them a little bit, but your first half impressions are what? Start with Man Valley.
I think Man Valley recovered in the second quarter and got back into their style of play, started winning draw controls and finishing their shots. I think Liberty now needs a momentum shift back to their first quarter play, step up more on the draw controls and mark those low crease players because Manchester is finding those openings.
They had a lot of them in the second quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights that we've seen from the first half of action between the Mavericks and the Lions. And like you said, I think that might be the key to Liberty getting not back in the game. It's only a one-goal game, of course, but they have to really make some adjustments there on defense. You saw there's one right there. Mama Penchik found Taylor Feek early, and that was that set the tone for Man Valley's offensive approach here in this first half. And Penchik's just going to do things here. She takes a nice shot there. A big save by Emily Pond, who was trying to set her own tone on defense for Liberty.
Emily Pond's had a couple big saves for them.
No doubt. And here's Annika Ray. We saw her start to have a good success there in that first quarter. There was Courtney Goff's goal, her one goal in the first quarter, and it was a 3-1 lead early on for Liberty. But again, those Man Valley teammates are coming off the back there when Penchik has it at the top. It seems easy to go make a play and make a defensive play, but easier said than done when you have the Mavericks offense cooking like they are.
She's a smart player, so she can drive and feed, and she's just going to find the openings as soon as she sees the slide coming.
And there's one right there, and she delivered, and it was Emmeline Scott for her one goal in the first half. Before that, we saw Ray scoring that free position in the first quarter. Another dump down by Penchik and another goal. Oh, that was a big save there by Pond. So the one time they did make an adjustment there, but
yes. Both teams have powerful players, dominant offensive players, but they also have other players who step up and finish. So they're just as important and they can get the job done. So if both teams shut off their go-tos, you're going to see other players contribute.
And there was Feet coming off that free position. This was when Penchik decided to take matters into her own hands, to get around a couple slides and dodge and score her one goal there in the first half. What's the biggest adjustment you think Liberty has to do to sort of get back into this one?
Draw controls.
Yeah.
They need to make a change on the draw, whether it's playing Emma more defensively instead of just going for the ball and not assuming they're going to be able to outrun her off of the circle.
And then for Man Valley, I guess, could continue the momentum that you had in the second quarter.
They need to keep doing what they're doing. It's working for them and just continue their pace to goal. Let's
go ahead and take a look at the updated Carroll County Athletic League standings before we finish this halftime break. There's the girls' standings. We saw them already earlier. Man Valley sitting at 13-0 and 5-0 in county play. And Century waiting this result out. And then on the boys' side, Century's the champion already. Westminster and South Carroll play each other Friday. We'll actually have coverage of that game for you from Parker Field, the Owls and the Cavaliers in their annual rivalry game. And the regular season, as we said, hard to believe we are just a few days away from regional playoff action. That's going to be fun to see which Carroll County teams on the boys' and girls' side can come away with some success, make a run at a state championship. We are about to begin the third quarter of play. And Courtney Goff back in the circle for Liberty, and Haley Bittinger for Manchester Valley. So we'll see these first minutes who had the, like you said, who made the adjustments, right? And the first draw goes to Penchik. Picking up where they left off in the second quarter. Nice pass. Burmeister, I believe, scored the goal. Is it 9? Let's see. Good pass for down low. Yeah, I believe it was Burmeister, number 6.
Quick ball movement, shifting Liberty's defense, finding that opening girl out of transition.
Give Emmeline Scott, the freshman, the assist. So the assist to Scott, the goal to Burmeister, and we're 15 seconds in, and it's a 2-goal lead now. Manchester Valley 6, Liberty 4. And that's how quickly they can score when they want to run their offense.
It doesn't take long.
Nope. 14 seconds unofficially, or officially, I should say.
So we're going to see if they can make some changes here, but Ray's got a tough matchup off that draw circle.
And that's it. The identical plays back to back, right to Penchik. And the speed is an issue. Man Valley speed is an issue. Scott gets around her defender.
They can sort of take a breath here, set their set. There's that early slide coming to Pencheck, so they're playing man down on the backside.
Oh, and she
But
finds the
it
goal.
didn't matter.
Didn't matter, you're right. So right away, a double by Liberty at the top of the offensive zone, and
But she still took it herself.
Third quarter,
Pencheck makes her pay.
Manchester Valley goal by number 10, unassisted, Emma Pencheck.
2 quick goals here for Man Valley. Give Pencheck her second goal, and it's 7-4. 2 goals and 3 assists so far for Emma. Give her 5 points on this game. There she is. Just a lot of talent.
She can do it all.
We've seen her make some defensive plays, too. I already mentioned how she ended that game against Century with an interception, if you will, right as Liberty was trying, Century was trying for her last gasp, tie the game up.
She is the X factor.
And she is. She's been winning these draws, too, and she just wins another one. 3 straight draws to open this quarter have all gone to Manchester Valley, and clearly the Mavericks have made the adjustments after the first quarter of play.
And they are definitely finishing their offensive sets.
Yes. Yep.
Shooting space.
Yep. Feek. So you can sort of create that by that push in, right? You saw Feek sort of go with it. That almost creates the foul, right?
When that ball swings from the other side of the field, players should catch immediately and look to shoot to draw that call.
Right.
So that was a very smart play by Feek.
And she will.
She's taking it.
Take a shot and score.
Similar to her second quarter style. Take it in. Quick hands right on top of the goalkeeper.
A hat trick for Feek. 3 goals. A couple by free position. And I think that's 5 straight goals for Manchester Valley.
I believe so.
8-4. We'll see. You wonder if Coach Brandell from the Liberty side wants to call a timeout here to sort of calm things down. We're actually going to switch goalies, or is this an equipment? Nope. Here we switch goalies. That was Haley Figa, 25. I believe Emily Pond is back in. So they did switch at halftime, and they're going to make that switch again. A little bit of a tough start there for Figa.
You know, and these are tough shots.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Liberty really needs a draw control.
Feels like it's been a long time since they got one. And they got one.
There we go.
I think you willed it into existence. Annika Ray will take that draw and give Liberty a little bit of a breath of fresh air here. And we'll see if the Lions can halt a little bit of this momentum that Manchester Valley has forged here in the second and third quarters.
Well, now they're playing catch up, but they need to do it effectively and efficiently and be smart with the ball.
And you also, your veterans on the team and the coaching staff, and I would think everybody involved, there's a lot of time left, right?
Absolutely.
You can score quickly in this game, so you can't panic. If you're watching, you're wondering, why aren't they just rushing in trying to score? There's a plan here, right? They know that this is the offense they want to run, and they know there's a lot of time on the clock still to go. Even down 4, you can score pretty quick in this game.
And just having everybody get a touch on it, take a breath, remain calm. They haven't been on offense for a while now.
And that's going to be a card, I believe, on Man Valley. Yep, just a little bit of some aggression there. Maddie Smith takes a spill.
Mavericks, yellow card, 2 minutes.
So there'll be a man up now, Liberty will, for 2 minutes during this penalty. Card given to Maya Trump, 20. So she comes off. Maddie Smith has the ball, and Liberty has a man advantage. Could be a big moment here for the Lions.
They need to capitalize on this.
So it was 9:18, I believe, so she can come back in at 7:18. I'm sorry, in girls lacrosse, it's not release, right? They can score a couple goals during the penalty.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now they had Ray in the middle posted up so they could pull a defender, which is more of a distraction, trying to find that open girl on the crease.
Liberty trying to find that space to shoot.
They need to drive, draw, and find that opening.
Oh, and there's one, and Maddie Smith gets that ground ball, keeps it for the Lions, and puts it in. So an extra man goal. Just with 1 minute into the penalty, they score the goal, and that's a big one.
It's a great pickup by Maddie. Smart finish.
Like you said, they needed to do something during that extra man. They got it. It took them a minute, exactly 1 minute, but
They've got one more minute to take advantage of this man-up situation. They really need this draw control.
I was going to say that each one of these becomes bigger and bigger as this game goes on, but now, especially if you're, like you mentioned a second ago, you're playing catch-up. You're trying to score as many as you can with the man advantage, and they've got 60 seconds left.
If they can get this draw control and do it again, it'll really get them back in there.
If Man Valley wins it, they can work on sort of a penalty kill.
Yes.
Like you would see in hockey. And it's going to be a Liberty draw. Give it to Ray. So the Lions have a little momentum here.
I think they need to work a little bit faster so they can produce on this man-up situation.
I would say if we get to another 45 seconds, and they've got 2 goals, that's pretty good. That's successful. You're right. I mean, they want to have as many as possible.
Oh, unlucky pass.
Yeah, almost had Ray going. Oh, it went out of bounds, too. Ray was going to the left. The pass kind of handcuffed her a little bit. And that's not what you wanted if you're Liberty, is to turn it over with still some time left on this, about 25 seconds on this penalty. There's a ground ball near midfield that Burmeister grabs, and Penchik will look to effectively kill this penalty.
Yeah, there's not much time left.
About 9 seconds or so. Man Valley happy to hold on to it here. Liberty got 1 back during the penalty. And we're full strength. There's a bouncer, and it goes in. Haley Bittinger finds the net.
Another feed by Emma Penchak.
I believe
Her
it was.
vision is just as incredible as her dodging from the top side.
Assist by number 10, Emma Penchak.
And that's kind of what makes her also a really good, well-rounded player. She's totally fine with that. She doesn't need the 6-goal games. If she has 4 or 5 assists, she's cool with it. So.
Same amount of points.
Yep.
She's tough because if you get in her hands, she's going to take you to cage. So if you sit back off of her, she's going to feed. If you early slide, she's going to find the opening. She's very difficult to contain.
And you look at the goals sheet and you say, oh, she's only had 2 so far. But you give her 4 assists and a handful of draws and a couple ground balls that she picked up. And like you said, she fills the stat sheet.
She is definitely filling out her stat sheet.
9-5, 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. So 3 minutes in to this quarter, and Man Valley's lead is 4. Penchik will get that draw.
Now, Courtney Goff is able to push it to their side, so technically she is winning it, but Man Valley's coming up with it.
Right. And that's maybe another piece of that X factor we talked about with Penchik. Just her presence out there is going to make the defense do certain things, right? Anybody's defense.
Yes. Looks like they have a face guard again. They're going to try that. Oh.
Backed off a little bit. Feek tried a spin move there at the top of the arc. Courtney Goff shut it off pretty well. Feek fakes one shot, tries to go left. Another good defensive play there by Liberty.
They have great heads up off ball. So they see it, they slide early. It's that second slide covering the backside.
Right. And that was a foul there. I believe that'll be Addison Meyer with a chance for a free position here. 8 meter, I believe.
This is a great hash mark. She should take it.
You like that one. And she does take it. Save off of Pond's face mask, I believe. Hey, it counts as a save. Mavericks maintain possession. This is Feek at the top of the arc. Checked away. Nice job by Liberty. But Feek keeps it. Liberty's doing a good job defensively on this possession. Feek trying to direct traffic. She finds Penchek.
No, she doesn't have any help. Penchek's remaining patient. She's not taking that drive.
Feek. Four goals for Taylor Feek. 5 assists for Emma Penchek. And they're the two of them right there.
It's quite a duo.
Feek created that shot, but Penchek, I'd give her the assist on that one too. Just a nice pass and a nice finish by Feek. And Man Valley pouring it on right now, 10-5 with 4:48 to go in the third quarter. And we don't have a chance right now. We can, if I could, I would pause the game and go ask the coaches what they did differently in after the first quarter. But we'd have to just kind of take a guess. And I mean, Man Valley certainly. And let's see, there's the timeout. Yeah, so Liberty timeout, I believe, with 4:48 remaining in the third. Probably a smart timeout to sort of settle things down for Liberty.
And as I said earlier, she's very hard to defend. It looks like Liberty wants to put pressure, and they had that second slide there early, but then Emma knows somebody's open, and give her 2 seconds, and she has that vision to find that open girl. So they've got to try something different.
They do. If you're coaching Liberty right now during this timeout, what do you think you're telling them? What would you be telling the girls?
They just need to dig it. They need to not give up and keep fighting because they can score just as quickly.
Sure.
The draw controls are huge. I believe Ray got the last one. They weren't able to capitalize, but just repeat that first quarter and just one play at a time. Don't focus on the score, just what's the next play.
Right, and if you're Man Valley, look, it's not over, of course, it's only a 5-goal lead, but you've done a really good job to establish yourself in this first 2.5 quarters. Keep doing what you're doing, maybe, if you're Coach B, you're talking to the girls?
I would say to not relax because
Okay.
I think that's where you become casual and make mistakes.
Yeah,
I think they need to keep the pace and pick it up and keep using the strategies that they are and having success on attack and keep pushing it.
When you've got there's plenty of talented girls on the field on both sides, but when you have someone like Emma Penchek, who's one of the top players in the region, in the state and region, I should have said state first, does it give the defense just that much more to worry about pressure-wise, the game plan? These two know each other. They've been playing against each other for a long time, but when you got such a superstar like Emma Penchek is, it just makes the defense have that much more to do, preparation-wise, and then during the game too.
I think it's very difficult. It's distracting. Like that's where your main focus is, but you have all these other players on Man Valley's team who could step up and finish.
And we've seen it.
And with Taylor Feek only being a freshman and the amount that she contributes, it's very difficult, I think, to cover everyone and try to contain Emma.
Right. Man Valley Liberty did a pretty good job of it in the first quarter, and since then it's pretty much been all Manchester Valley. Again, just still only a 5-goal lead. We've a lot of lacrosse left to play, and Liberty can score quickly and efficiently, but it's just been tough so far and since the first quarter for the Lions.
They need some draw controls and a few more defensive stops to go their way for a momentum shift.
Yeah, they need almost like a string of draw controls in a row because the clock can start to now become your enemy if you're Liberty. There's a race for this one. Let's see. And Man Valley will win it. Deep in the other end, but they still win it. And now the Mavericks can work the ball on offense. This is Natalie Burmeister. Kind of bounces it behind the net there to Emmeline Scott and back to Burmeister.
We'll see what adjustments if Liberty makes any on defense.
There's that face guard you were talking about, Jess. It's over on the right side now. Penchek cut. Feek. Feek finds the net for the 5th time. Give the freshman 5 goals. A nice possession by Manchester Valley.
With 4:01 to go in the third quarter, Manchester Valley goal by number 13, Taylor Feek.
Yeah, Feek made that one happen by herself. That was a pretty nice move.
She handled the pressure, rolled back, great shot placement.
Carroll County has had, through its through its history, great freshmen and great sophomores. Did you see Feek just already establishing herself like she has? That's pretty impressive, right?
Absolutely.
She's a big athletic build for only being a 9th grader.
Her stats speak for themselves, but just her presence and composure, you would assume she's a junior or senior.
I totally would. I think I did think she was a junior when I saw her on the roster. This was a year ago, and you always talk to the coaches in the offseason. Oh, what's coming up next year? And I believe I remember talking to Coach Brzicki, and she said, we got a pretty good one coming in, a freshman. You're going to want to remember her name. And they all say that, right? Okay, because you think and most of the time they're right. Taylor Feek's definitely one of them.
She's very dominant.
Another draw won by Man Valley.
And Penchik.
And then you can see the face guard, and Penchik right now not even in the offensive zone as the Mavericks change out some sticks. Taylor Feek up here by the top of the line. Just waiting until everybody gets their proper equipment.
Shift change.
Yeah, basically, right. Like NHL style. Sophie Bear coming in to play some midfield here. Penchik back past the restraining line. So won't be involved right in this play. That's their way of giving her a little bit of a breather. She doesn't come off the field, so maybe that's their way of letting her catch her breath.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their strategy there is, or just making a statement that they can, score without her.
Maybe.
Probably a break, like you said.
I'm just taking a guess. That was a nice defensive play by Liberty to get the ball back, so a turnover caused. And the Lions, I think that's Sydney Bolger over there.
She's made some great plays, heads-up plays with her stick and slides.
She definitely anchors this defense. That's Caitlin Marsicano, number 10, back there as well. And Maddie Smith will run into her position here toward the Liberty side of the field on offense, and the Lions have a chance to try to chip into the lead here with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 11-5, Manchester Valley on top. And the ball bounced back, and Smith passed to Ray. And Smith might have turned her ankle. I think she might have just turned her ankle or her knee. Let's see if I hope she's okay.
Yeah, that happened quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it might even have been non-contact.
I believe it was.
It's not what you want to see, though.
Not from one of your top producers.
Yeah, yep. She went down kind of quickly.
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, you hope not. Just sort of planted. Let's go ahead and take a quick break here while we... Oh, actually, you know what? They're going to help Maddie Smith up here. Or they're going to try to. Yep, she's up. Talking with the athletic trainer. She's just going to try to put some weight on it. That's a good sign. You'd like to think anyway. She's going to come out.
It's good that she's able to walk off.
That's what I meant. Yeah, maybe it was just a little bit of a twist. Nice hand from the crowd. Maddie Smith coming off, one of Liberty's talented players.
And Liberty is number 3, Emily Musall.
Emily Musall, freshman, number 3, will come in and take the place of Maddie Smith, who is on her own power, but slowly coming over here to the side with help with the athletic trainer and the coaching staff. She doesn't appear to be in too much distress. Yeah. So she's getting tended to, and we are back underway. 2:15 to go. And the Lions still have the ball. Ray trying to make something happen, guarded by Penchik, and draws a contact there, draws a foul. So
3 seconds again on the crease defender.
Is that something new, or is that just? I mean, I just maybe not paying enough attention when I watch a game and know what the rule is. But that's been around for a while.
Yes,
okay.
It has.
Okay. So that's just me.
You just can't hang it out in there without being marked within a close distance to your player for more than 3 seconds. So they just have to get out quicker. It's typically an off-ball foul.
Kind of like NBA when you're in the can't be in the paint for 3 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a tough hash for Ray.
We'll see if she tries to switch hands.
Nope.
And she finds her way in. So Annika Ray, give her a third goal. Uses some of that athleticism to find the shot, and just what Liberty needed, at least to kind of halt Man Valley's momentum.
She is trying to rally her teammates and just pick up the pace and carry them through.
3 goals, 1 assist for the senior UMBC commit. And now it is a 5-goal lead for Man Valley. 11-6, 67 seconds left in the third quarter. Maddie Smith back on the bench for Liberty, number 5, so it doesn't look like she needs any serious attention from the trainer, which could be hopefully a good sign for the Lions. Here's the draw control. That one didn't go up very high, but we're going to go and give it to Liberty.
Off got it.
Supposed to go above the shoulders, right? I guess it did kind of technically go over the shoulder. And how important is this last 60 seconds, Jess, just for Liberty to try to maybe get one more in?
They really need to move the ball quick, get it into their go-to players' hands, and get a shot off.
This is a good job by Man Valley to press on them and keep them back in the defensive zone.
Liberty hasn't had too much trouble with their ride today, but it does look like, it's slowing them down.
It definitely is here. It's the ball on the ground, picked up by Ray. Still time, 30 seconds. .25.
It's going to be a Goff, Ray.
Yes, with Smith off the field, then you lose a top assister. Here's Goff, guarded by Penchek. Top of the arc. Goff finds Spampanato. Carpenetti. That was Carpenetti.
She's got a great hash mark.
But they're going to run out of time. Yep. Unfortunately, that was just a bad timing there for the free position. Yeah. So the third quarter comes to an end. Carpenetti drew that foul, but just wasn't able to have enough time to gather up because you got to make sure everybody's off the arc. And time expired, so 2-minute break here between quarters, and we are headed for quarter number 4. And after 3 quarters, Manchester Valley 11, Liberty 6. Jess, it was, again, almost all Man Valley in that quarter. Liberty got a little bit of steam going again at the end of the third. If you're Coach Brandell and the Lions, that's what you just want to hopefully pick up where you left off in the last 2.5 minutes or so there.
They've done a much better job on draw controls. So I think with finishing, it's just finishing their shots when they get down there, not turning it over. Man Valley quickly counters that, comes back and finishes the next possession.
And now, if you're Man Valley, now you can look at that clock and say, look, 10 minutes. We can just be cool with this ball. We have a 5-goal lead. We don't have to do anything crazy. It becomes your friend. It becomes your extra teammate. And Liberty's got to hurry up. Now they definitely have to start to hurry things up.
They need to push it every chance they get, and Man Valley's going to do the complete opposite.
Right.
Just take their time.
Stall it out. It's part of the game. Right. Yeah. See Coach Brandell talking to Liberty, and you saw Coach Brzezicki and her assistants trying to motivate the Mavs to finish this out and win outright the Carroll County Championship for the second year in a row.
Coach Brzezicki's going to tell them to stay focused, intense, and do not relax, even though they can scoreboard-wise, but she knows well enough alone that Liberty could make a comeback.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's by no means a game over yet, with 10 full minutes and plenty of talented players on Liberty's side of the field.
So much can happen.
Saw Liberty score that free position with 2 seconds left at the end of the first quarter. So I think I also saw Maddie Smith. Let's see. She's trying to work things out on the sideline. She was running along the track, so it looked like it might be an ankle just by the looks of what she's trying to get a stretch going on. That's definitely a good sign. You don't want to see her with any knee injury. Any injury, but the knee would be rough. So a couple of twos in the draw control circle. Courtney Goff for Liberty, Haley Bittinger for Manchester Valley. Ten minutes to go in this final Carroll County game for these two teams.
It's so tough because Man Valley stays off that circle right before the whistle, so they're tough to defend because you're not quite sure what they're going to do.
Goff had that draw one, and the ball bounces right to Man Valley's stick. Sort of how the most of these last 2.5 quarters have gone for the Lions. And the Mavericks will gladly win this one for themselves and try to start working some clock. Hard to see too. Now you're going to look back at your team bench, and you're right in the sun. So at least half of that zone over there in the sun. Some shadows working already. Panchik trying to get around Goff. Feek has the ball, doubled.
It's great defense.
It is great defense, absolutely. Meyer, oh, excuse me, that's Lowe. Yep, number 9, Carolyn Lowe. And another Mavericks goal. Feek found Lowe.
With 11-12 to go in the third quarter, Manchester Valley goal by number 9, Karen.
And that's 2 for Lowe.
Liberty's there. They have the double. They have the pressure. They just need to close off so the feeder doesn't have that vision.
What's the biggest thing you have to do to make that not happen? Make that, if you're I understand, if you're doubling somebody, someone else is going to be open, right? But you got to make sure you slide over, is what you're saying, to get that.
They've got to close off the double. It's got to be tighter.
Okay.
So the feeders, she's moving, she's handling the pressure, and her hands are still free. So one of the defenders needs to really step up and turn her back to try and put pressure on her stick.
Got it. One-handed draw, grab by Penchek, and the Mavericks right back at it on offense. 12-6, 1 minute gone by in the fourth quarter. A reminder that after the game, we'll have some post-game thoughts between myself and Jess, and then I'll get down to the field, try to talk to one of the players of the game. It's coming up in our post-game coverage for you on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week from the Lions Den in Eldersburg.
They've got tight pressure on Penchek, but everybody else is just in a man, staying close to the 8-meter, trying to pack it in.
Low shot, saved by Pond. That's what Liberty needed there.
They need to swing it, take care of it, and have a successful clear.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, down 6, you almost can't have any more turnovers, mistakes. Oh. Goff using some athleticism there. And we stop the clock. We're going to get a card. Okay, let me check near the head.
It looks like a cross check across the body.
Okay.
That extra bump.
Could have been.
Yellow card, 2 minutes.
Either way, Natalie Burmeister coming off for 2 minutes. And Liberty, that's how they're going to try to get back in this game. Man up for 2 minutes. Scored 1 goal in the last yellow card situation. They're going to need a couple more, I think, in this one.
They need 2.
10 minutes.
2 in this one.
10 minutes exactly, so she'll come back with 8 minutes to go.
Maddie Smith is back
in the game. Number 5, running onto the field. So a good sign for Liberty. Glad she's back out there. Now you have to sort of double things up, right? Double time. You got to start to speed it up.
They need to move quickly.
And for all intents and purposes, not give up any more goals. You can't fall behind by more than 6 anymore, or else this game's pretty much going to be over. Just given how much time is left.
It's too much of a gap.
Oh, just like that, Taylor Feek breaks away, and here come the Mavericks. Short-handed.
We'll see if they go or if they kill the clock.
Either one would be beneficial, but I would say clock if I'm coach, but I'm not. And it looks like they might try to kill at least the penalty.
Yeah, they have no reason to brush it.
I wouldn't think so. Up 6 with 9 minutes to go. 1 more minute, and the penalty is released. 50 seconds.
Liberty needs to get out and pressure their man up, send that double, try to get the ball back.
How many girls on both sides have you seen in your time in the coaching in the area come up as the little girls, and now they're up there? Got to be a bunch of them out there on the field.
Oh, I have players on both sides that I've had the pleasure of working with, training and coaching club, but also in private sessions, and it is so neat to watch them.
And Emma Penchik streaking onto the field there, into the zone, I should say, and an easy goal for the junior, short-handed. Pass from Haley Bittinger, number 2. Penchik did the rest.
With 8:18 to go, Manchester Valley goal by number 10, Emma Penchik.
So does it make you feel old when you see all the kids out there on the field right now, when you knew them when they were knee-high?
Yes, it does.
Well, look, I covered you in high school, so what do you think it makes me feel?
I'm sure we're not too far apart in age.
I think that means I've been around for too long. That's what that means. But it's still very cool to be out here covering high school sports in Carroll County, and fun to be doing it in this medium for the last couple of years.
It's great. I so enjoy working with these ladies and seeing their careers take off and their successes, and just being there if they need anything.
That's a big part of it too, right? It's a big part of it. It's definitely a big part of it. Draw control won by the Mavs, 13-6 here with 8:10 to go. The penalty is going to be released. There was a shorthanded goal there just moments ago by Penchek. So Mavs look like they're going to come away with a victory here, as we're even strength now, and under 8 minutes to play with a 7-goal lead. Don't need to rush anything. Of course, this is a regular season game. Plenty of season left for both of these squads, who both have state championship aspirations. Both of these teams won state titles last season, 2023. Liberty, the 1A champs. Man Valley, the 2A champs. There's a shot. Might have been deflected a little bit. Feek took the shot. Man Valley backs it up. Liberty's had some bright spots. This hasn't been total domination. There have been some good moments for Liberty, but just too much Man Valley after that first quarter.
Absolutely. They let them get into a rhythm, and Man Valley just really capitalized on that. 3-4 goals in a row, and it just became a gap that they weren't able to close.
Especially when they were not coming up with the draws, and enough that they needed anyway. They had a little moment there. Oh, Feek, nice job by Taylor Feek. That's going to be unassisted by Taylor Feek, and that's her 6th goal of this game, next to 1 assist. And
with 6:57 to go in the third,
it's more than just Emma Penchek.
She's an extremely dominant dodger with quick hands. She just weaves her way through traffic and finishes the shot.
I mean, that's not easy to get around. Courtney Goff's doing a good job there with the stick up, and then Feek has to get around her and then get up higher so that she avoids the other defender. It's pretty, that's just IQ. You don't coach. She has some instinct there.
She has it. She has the vision, the speed, and the stick work to just make it happen and split those defenders and beat the slide.
Some of those are natural gifts. That's what I was trying to say. Certainly you can coach and coach them and get them better at things, but some of that stuff, you don't coach Emma Penchek's speed. You don't coach that vision.
And just that field IQ that both of them seem to have, whether it's patience or when to go. And they go, and there's no fear.
And they've only played together for this year, and it feels like they've been playing together for a long time. I mean, in terms of varsity lacrosse. And, 14 games in together, pretty good combo.
Dynamic duo, great chemistry. They look like they work well and feed off of each other.
A little bit high there, so Liberty will get the ball here with 6:30 left in the fourth quarter. Well, I got a second. Just want to thank Ed DeVincent, the athletic director at Liberty High School, for being so cooperative with us as we get here hours before the game and have to set things up, and all the people at Liberty High School for being courteous and cooperative and letting us have a broadcast. This is our second one here. We had a boys game earlier in the year, and it's just really nice to have the cooperation from Carroll County Public Schools Athletics and to give you guys out there some exciting sports to watch. We plan on having some playoff coverage for you in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. CMSportsNet will be there. We got you covered. We had our first baseball broadcast yesterday. That was fun over at Century High School, and we'll try to get some more baseball for you, maybe some softball, who knows. Tennis championships coming up this weekend. If the weather holds, we'll have some coverage of that. County track is next week, so plenty left in the spring season. There's a good move. Try to get that pass back, and it's going to be a foul, I think, on Man Valley. Does Maddie Smith go down again? Yes, you don't want to see her go down anymore. But
they were looking for Ray off that screenplay coming around the crease, but Emma Penchak denied that.
But I believe this is going to be a free position for Maddie Smith, number 5, over there on the right side of the arc.
Great hash mark for a lefty.
Didn't get a chance to shoot, but I think drew a foul. So those two girls will get back up. That's Sophie Bear, number 3 for Man Valley, one of their top defenders. And Smith will try again. Under 5 minutes remaining. There's a shot. I'm not sure if Colliner got it, but if it was a save. Ooh. Nice job by Benjake to hold the ball.
One hand doesn't matter.
Either hand.
Yep.
Oh, and a pass from Lowe and a goal from Penchak. And a celebratory slam with the stick. And it is 15-6.
That quick ball movement, the transition speed, it's very tough to defend that.
Here's the replay. Nice pass by Lowe. And that's just that's tough for any goalie to defend.
From that angle, you're anticipating her to just take it around, set it up, and she just turns and lets it go.
4 goals, 5 assists, and a whole lot more so far from Man Valley's number 10.
And many draw controls.
Yes. And Feek will get that draw 1 by Man Valley. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Man Valley trying to wrap this up. 4 minutes to go. They would push their win streak to 33. They'd be 14-0 in the regular season. There's a goal from Taylor Feek, who just finds that upper right-hand corner. Give her 7.
Same spot as Penchak.
3:47 go in the fourth quarter. Manchester Valley goal unassisted by number 13, Taylor Feek.
16-6, Man Valley.
Is that her 7?
7. And with a 10-goal lead, the clock will run. Running clock in lacrosse with 10 goals, 12 for boys, I believe, 10 for girls. I think that's the rule. Bumblebee making its way into the press box. No, I think he just wanted to see what we were doing. He's out.
That'll be fun.
He won't get you, don't worry. Trying to find a little place to sit and watch the last 3 minutes of this. I'll smack him if he gets close to us, don't worry. Just don't scream.
I won't.
I know. You probably has better hand-eye coordination than I do.
I just need a lacrosse stick.
That's it. Or a big fly swatter. And the draw, Penchak tried to get it, got some contact, and she will. Mm-hmm. So the clock running now with the 10-goal lead. Allie Largent there, 17 in the game for Man Valley. This is Carolyn Lowe. And Haley Bittinger will look back to her sideline and hold the ball. So, Jess, if you're Liberty, you don't want to lose a game, of course, but you want to learn from a game. So, with the playoffs coming, and this Liberty team has obviously known what to do the last 3 seasons in the playoffs, a good champion team will let this sort of just fall off their backs, right? And just reset and get ready.
They just need to regroup. I think the biggest thing to take from this, besides just some of the transition goals, but making adjustments on the draw controls. And they just really haven't had the ball much this half. So they'll be able to recover work out those kinks, and get ready for, typically it's the next season.
Yeah.
So you get to start over in playoffs.
Absolutely. That goal there was from Haley Bittinger, assisted by Natalie Burmeister. Makes it 17-6, and there's about to be 90 seconds remaining in the game. Yeah, the last 3 seasons, Liberty, obviously had regular season losses. I think the first of their 3 in a row, they had a so-so regular season, but they learned from it, and they had obviously everybody that plays in Carroll County, it's a challenging schedule.
Correct.
They went all the way and won a state title. Then they repeated as a state champ, and then last year they were right there with everybody else in the county, came up a little bit short, and then won the 3rd straight state title. So.
And that's when you want to peak. And
Absolutely.
They'll turn the corner, and they'll fix what they need to fix, make those adjustments, and carry it out in playoffs.
And they know how to peak. They've done it. Again, like you said, that peaking now is when you want to be playing your best lacrosse as we get an A, and we've hit an A in the calendar. And no one's done it better on the 1A side than the Lions have the last 3 seasons. So how cool, how motivated will these seniors be to try for a 4th straight state title? Some of them have been varsity players since they were freshmen, so pretty cool. And there's a turnover by Man Valley. Final 30 seconds of regulation here. And the Mavs will cap an undefeated regular season. And it looks like Emma Penchik will hold it. She will hold it, and 7-6-5, and Man Valley is your 2024 Carroll County Athletic League champion. Final score as the Mavericks celebrate all the way back by their goal. Man Valley 17, Liberty 6. 3 quarters of dominance from Manchester Valley after the Liberty successful first quarter.
Well, in talking to Coach Shelley, she said they tend to first quarter play a little bit more frazzled and make some mistakes, which it did sort of look like they stuck to their routine, but then they capitalized the next 3 quarters.
Sure, and then we talked about not panicking, and that you can't panic in a situation like that. Even with, like you said, the freshmen and sophomores on their roster, they already seem to be savvy enough to know, hey, we got a talented team, we got a lot of time left in this game, and they turn things around in a big way.
The mental preparation, I think, that their coaching staff devotes, both teams have it, but that to just focus on one play, one game, don't listen to all the outside noise, and make things happen, and they definitely do that.
Shaking hands, 2 county rivals, as this game has come to an end. Final score, Man Valley 17, Liberty 6. And the Mavericks still unbeaten, 14-0 overall, 6-0 in the county. And that's always good to see some of the kids from both teams hugging it out after the game. A lot of friends on the field. Been playing club probably for a long time together.
A lot of these girls play club together or just grew up, playing, crossing paths. So there's a lot of friendships between all of the Carroll County teams.
Quick thoughts before we take a break. Quick thoughts on how you thought this one played out. After we got past that first quarter, it was pretty much all Man Valley.
I thought it would be a little bit more competitive, but Man Valley did just open it up and were able to capitalize on those draw controls. And I think Liberty just wasn't able to recover. They played a great first quarter.
And there you see the Mavericks with the county championship plaque that they get to retain for another year. We're going to step aside one more time here, but we've got more post-game coverage coming your way, so stick around for more of CM Sportsnet's Game of the Week right after this.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Each week, CMSportsNet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services. We're here for the phone. Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's Pizza, Pasta, Subs, and more.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Back post-game coverage of the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Pat Stoetzer and Jess Onheiser. Man Valley 17, Liberty 6. Jess, we're going to take a look at the second half highlights from tonight's game, and it's the second half that was dominated by Manchester Valley en route to the victory in the county championship. And just how impressed are you with how they were able to get past that first quarter, slowness and really take things over after that?
I think this has been their routine. They have a few bumps in that first quarter, and then once they start stringing plays together, they really take off and they don't stop. As many goals as they scored, they still seemed extremely patient and effective with their sets.
And, we talked a lot about Anna Penchik, rightfully so, but there are plenty of other talented kids out there, and Taylor Feek is really becoming a star. 7 goals tonight. She's been filling the stat sheet all year. We had her in there as one of the players to watch. It's really cool to have a 3-year veteran like Penchik mixed in with a freshman that's just as talented as Taylor Feek.
She's extremely talented and dominated her 1v1s, her off-ball, her feeds. She can split several defenders.
There she is.
I think you have double trouble to defend on that team.
Yeah, and there she was there doing just that. Liberty tried its best to stay in this game. You saw Annika Ray sort of take matters into her own hands there on that free position. They were doing anything they could to sort of stymie that momentum, but just the draw controls wound up killing Liberty's chances, and there's another goal there for the Mavericks. Just too much Man Valley, too much firepower.
It was a lot of power with their midfield coming in off of the draws, and just a lot of their offense comes from, the two midfielders. It's just production is high, and the defense just wasn't able to slow them down.
There's Feek again, just doing a great job getting around a defender, and you said picking up that double slide and then finding the net. You got to like both these teams' chances in the postseason to really have a successful deep run toward a state championship.
Both teams have several talented players, and I think that they will be extremely successful in their playoff runs. And you'll definitely see Liberty regroup from this and perform.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had both these teams playing deep into May. We tried to do this last year with you, and like I said, the weather didn't cooperate. I'm so glad it worked out this time.
Yes.
Just real quick, final thoughts on the game. Two really good teams, just too much Man Valley in the end.
I think they did a great job, and it was a great first half, very competitive, and Man Valley just opened it up in the third and fourth quarter.
And also cool that you would get a chance to see some of your coached kids, shine at the spotlight of the varsity lacrosse, doing a good job on both sides.
It's great to see them and just have known some of them since middle school.
That's great. Thanks very much for joining us on the broadcast. I'm glad we got the chance to do it. Thanks to Jess Onheiser for giving us some time tonight. We're going to take one more quick break. I'm going to head down to the field and talk to one of the players of the game, so stick around. There's a little bit more post-game coverage of the game of the week right after this.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast, presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
Join us on Saturday, April 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Carroll Community College for our second annual Family Fun Fest. This year's exciting activities include free books, activities such as storytime readings, a storybook trail, drone demonstrations, a scavenger
Club's 50th Annual Hampstead Day on Saturday, May 18th. Hampstead Day was founded by the Hampstead Rotary Club, and when the Rotary disbanded in 2000, the Lions Club began hosting the event. It is held along Main Street in Hampstead from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. It is a tradition and brings the community together for a day of fun featuring vendors, entertainment, nonprofits, including local churches, raffles, food, and more. The event is free to attend.
Biggest difference, Emma, from the first quarter to quarters 2, 3, and 4? Because Liberty started out strong. Did you guys talk about a difference, or did you just get back to playing Man Valley lacrosse?
I think we really just got back to playing our game. We knew it was going to be a tough game from the start, especially playing them early on in the season, and we just talked about it at halftime at the end of the first quarter and knew what we had to adjust to, and we did.
How much of that first game did you kind of, leave in the memory banks? A really close game, won in the final seconds by you guys with that late goal. It was a tournament game. It was way back in March, but was there still memory of that? Hey, we remember how this game was. Let's not make it so close this time around.
Oh yeah, definitely. We knew that game was going to give them a lot of confidence, and we needed to watch back at that game and kind of look what worked for us and what didn't, and what kind of gave them momentum, and kind of readjust that from practices yesterday and even the week before. We knew this game was going to be big, so we just looked back at it and kind of learned from one of the mistakes that we made.
You know that defenders are always going to have their eyes on you. You got 2 or 3 of you on you sometimes today, but when you look around the field and you see so many talented teammates, I mean, Taylor Feek has stepped up. You've got Natalie, you've got Haley, you've got Addison. The list goes on. How cool is that when you know that, hey, I know I can score goals, but I also know that it's not just me. We got a lot of kids on this team that can score. It's got to make you just have a big sigh of relief and be more fun to play.
Oh my gosh, definitely. To know that we have 7 threats on the offensive side and not one person is going to run through everything, and no matter what happens, an assist, a goal, we're all contributing, and there's not one person you can take away, and the game's just going to change automatically. And to have all 7 involved in every single play that we have is a big momentum changer for us, and I think that we kind of take advantage of that and use it to kind of not mess with other teams, but kind of take over the game in the way we play.
you're about to be 0-0 again in a few weeks, or about a week, and then the playoffs began. And you guys obviously passed all the challenges last year. There will be some nerves in the playoff game like that, as you were about to have, but how motivated and focused are you guys to pick right up where you left off last year and add another state title?
Right, I think we know. Winning states last year, we knew we were going to have a target on our back, and just to get through the regular season now, we're going into playoffs, so it's a new season, and we're not going to take advantage of that. We're not going to look too far ahead, and we're not going to look past any team, because we know every team is going to come for us hard and strong, and they're going to keep fighting, and we're just going to come fighting back.
Enjoy the county championship. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. There goes Emma Penchik. You can go ahead and go. I'll let you go. Emma Penchik, after 4 goals and 5 assists, leading Manchester Valley to the victory. Just wanted to let you guys know we got some more sports coming up for you. Tomorrow's boys lacrosse. Westminster heads to South Carroll, Parker Field, for their final county game of the season. And then, like Emma just said, boys and girls lacrosse playoffs start next week. Also, we'll be at McDaniel College, weather permitting, on Saturday for some coverage and interviews from the Carroll County tennis championships over at McDaniel's. Looking forward to that. And, of course, then after that, we got postseason galore going on with baseball, softball, lacrosse. The county track meets next week. And stick with us. We got you covered for CMSportsNet. Wanted to thank Ed DeVinci one more time for giving us his cooperation and hospitality from the game. I want to thank Jess Onheiser for being my co-host and analyst and making me sound a whole lot smarter than I really am in terms of lacrosse. And, again, just thanks to Emma Penchik for joining us from the postgame show. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website, cmsportsnet.com. And, of course, you can watch us on cable channel HD 1086. For Emma Penchik and Ed DeVinci here at Liberty and Jess Onheiser, I'm Pat Stoetzer saying so long, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
What's the best gift you can give yourself? Pursue your passions. Explore your creativity. Expand your knowledge. Treat your mind and body. Give yourself a better you. With personal enrichment classes at Carroll Community College. Join us at carrollcc.edu/personal enrichment.